And with over 8 billion searches every single day, 8 billion, you don't want to miss out on that free and organic traffic to your e-commerce store, especially when it keeps flowing over and over. So follow along with me in this video. I'm going to show you how to use 3 e-commerce do's and don'ts, 3 simple do's and don'ts that you can use to start driving more organic free traffic to your store ASAP. If you've stumbled on this video, you're probably an e-commerce founder or brand creator. You're looking how to generate more organic traffic to your store. Well, you're in the right place. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss out. So the secret to more organic traffic is to ensure that your store's optimized for search engines like Google and Bing and the other big search engines. It's known as eCommerce SEO or Search Engine Optimization. It's simply a process of updating different parts of your store to make it more visible, make it more relevant, and make it appealing to search engines, and in turn, make it more appealing to your ideal customers as well, so that when people are searching, they see your stuff. Your customers are searching in Google and Bing and the big search engines every day anyway. So why not allow your store to show up in the results when those customers are searching for those products, or if they're searching for the information about your products that you've got or you've got information about. But isn't SEO hard? Like, why bother? The thing is, the cost of paid traffic has gone up dramatically over the past couple of years, especially since the big changes in the war between Apple and Facebook around iOS 14 and all the privacy changes. Basically, the big tech platforms, they don't have access to the same amount of information that they used to have access to, which makes the targeting harder, it makes the ads more expensive and less precise. And we've met and worked with many small businesses who have had real trouble moving forward and scaling and growing and staying profitable, staying above water with that cost of traffic going up dramatically. So what we're looking to do here, what you should be looking to do, is how do you build a 1,000-leg chair? We've met so many entrepreneurs and e-commerce founders who built their whole business just off the traffic of one platform. Like, let's say it's Meta or Facebook or Instagram, pick whichever platform you like. And then suddenly something happens, those ads become really expensive, those ads stop working, or you get banned from the platform, or any of those kind of scenarios, and suddenly you don't have a business anymore. So instead, what you want to do is build a 1,000-leg chair, or at least a chair with a few legs, so that if one of those legs gets knocked out, you've still got a business. And one of the awesome ways of getting your products out there and helping people find them is to master organic traffic, or SEO, Search Engine Optimization. Search Engine Optimization often gets a bad reputation in the e-commerce world because it's seen as being really complicated, slow, and expensive. And the thing is, that can be true. And many founders we've worked with and met have put some effort and money, or significant effort and money, into it only to see very little ROI. And I've seen people approach SEO with the idea of like getting spaghetti and throwing it at the wall and hoping something's going to stick. Now the thing is, that just doesn't work. What I think you need to know, especially if you're a small business or an e-commerce founder, is that driving organic traffic to your store is kind of like baking a cake or a recipe in the oven. There's some basic ingredients that you need, and there's some recipes that you need to follow to produce the type of cake or the type of cookies or whatever you like to bake so that it turns out the right way. If we take some random ingredients and chuck it in and cook it, we're not going to get the output that we want. It's the same with SEO. If we don't apply the right ingredients in the right order and apply the right cooking time for the right amount of time in the right sequence, then we're going to have problems, right? So to help you get started on your organic traffic journey as an e-commerce founder in a small business, I want to share with you 3 do's and don'ts of e-commerce SEO to get you moving forward. Number 1, don't just start writing content on your website without doing the research first. We've met so many e-commerce founders who have put together a beautiful website that looks amazing, but not having done the research, they put all of this effort into the product descriptions and listing and collection pages and home pages, and it's stuff that's just not going to drive any traffic because it's not what people are searching for. It's not what people want. It's not what they're looking for. It's very, as we call it, inside out thinking. They're looking at it from the perspective of the product maker or the product creator and not putting themselves into the shoes of their customer and using the language and the words that their customers use. So what you do want to do is spend some time researching what are the search terms, or what are the phrases, what are the queries, what's the language that your ideal perfect customers are using, and typing into the search engines so that you can ensure that you've got content about those exact words on your website. So the search engines can see and show what you've got, how it's relevant to what your customers are searching for. Now, there are plenty of tools available to make this simple and easy for you, and I'll put some links below in the description so you can grab those. There's free and paid options. And we go much deeper into this in our e-commerce marketing training programs. We call this process phrase mining your ninja phrases. And what that means is there's a whole bunch of words and searches that people are using, but you want to focus on a few specific ones that are going to be easy for you to get traffic for, easy for you to talk about with expertise, with authority and trust. And we've got a whole step-by-step process on that and how to make it fast and easy. But to get started, have a look at the tools below the video, and we've got, in fact, a training on that, which I'll put the link to below as well. Number 2, don't optimize your products, your collections, your pages, your content for your brand name. This is a big mistake that we see many small businesses making all the time. The thing is, if you optimize your pages for your brand name, let's say it's Kristen's shop and I sell t-shirts, Kristen's blue collection, Kristen's red collection, Kristen's extra large white t-shirt with Traffic Ninja's logo. Most people out there on the internet are not searching for those terms, so it's going to be really hard for a Google or a search engine to show your result in the results when people are looking for gray t-shirts. So if you're selling gray t-shirts, then you want to make sure in your product page or your collection page or your pages, you actually mention the thing that it is that you're selling, because that's what people are going to be typing into the search engine generally. So the do here is use your ninja phrases and use what we call non-branded descriptive text in your products. So don't say things like Kristen's luxury gray collection. You want to say something like gray t-shirts collection, because people are searching in Google and search engines gray t-shirts. Does it make sense? Number 3. Don't outsource all of your writing to an AI tool or a copywriting tool. There's some amazing tools out there now, and recently, it's a whole other topic, but ChatGPT has been released, and it's some incredible stuff there. Like, it's a whole nother topic. Incredible what that can write and what it can do. There's some amazing AI tools out there now that are available, and they're very tempting to write a whole blog for you, or to write your whole product description, or to write your whole homepage with the collections and the bullet points and everything. The thing is, though, it's not original, and Google and the search engines can detect that it's not original. So what you want to do here is use those tools to help you with ideas, but the text and the content, it needs to be original, it needs to be in your tone of voice, and it needs to add value to the customer. It needs to actually answer questions and help them make decisions. If you don't do those things, you're going to get punished by the search engines, and your products and collections are not going to be in the results. So use it to help you, but make sure that it's in your tone and your voice and it's original. That's really important. Don't publish your products and collections as soon as you've got the images uploaded and ready to go. It's so tempting, right? Like, you've spent the time loading the images in and writing a few sentences about your gray t-shirt collection with the Traffic Ninjas logo. But what you want to do is take time to carefully think about these 5 recipe ingredients here. Let's talk about them. First up, the page title. Sometimes we just write something, I just need a title for the page, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a gray t-shirt, so whatever I write in the title doesn't matter, right? The thing is, the page title is so important, and I'm not talking about the heading on the page, we'll get to that in a moment, but actually the page title, the thing that you see in the Google results. When you have a look at the screen here and you see a whole page of Google results, the page title is the blue text. It's the main thing, the first thing that people see, the actual thing that they're going to click on. So it's really important that we think about what we want those words to say to make it attractive, appealing, curious, to make it clickable, really. I don't want to use the word clickbait, but it needs to be clickable and enticing. And with that, paired with that is the meta description. That's the little text below the blue headline that kind of explains what the page is about. Again, you want to really carefully think about that. Maybe not for every single product you have in your store, but certainly for your main products, like the best-selling ones, the top-selling ones, the ones you want to sell and market the most. You want to really carefully think about that meta description and not just jam that out in 30 seconds because I need to publish the page now. We've all been there, but don't do that. The other ingredients, so that's the page title and meta description. The other ingredients that make up the 5 are the headings on the page themselves. So the heading at the top of the page, really important that it's formatted as an H1 heading. You know, when you can make it bold or underline or italic, you can also make it an H1 heading. Super important for the big heading at the top of the page. And then you want to have subheadings throughout your page or in your product listing that are H2 headings. So again, when you make it bold or italic, just highlight it and make it an H2 as well. That's going to help you. And then finally, the last bit there is the perfect product listing. You want to use the perfect product listing formula to fill that description out. You're talking about things like the emotion, the story, the relevance, the logic, the size, the technical specs. There's a whole formula for that, how to do that perfectly. That's going to not only appeal to your customer, but also make it appealing to the search engines to show those products to your potential customers. So we've got a separate video on that. I'll put the link down below. Go and check out that perfect product listing formula. Very, very important. And for today's power tip, when it comes to your product listings, here's what you must do if you want to drive more organic traffic to your product page. Don't assume that all of your visitors and customers are going to go through your homepage and read all your stuff and then go to your product page. This almost never happens, especially when it comes to organic traffic. What you want to do is carefully curate your product page so that it features all of the things that they need to know about you and your brand and the product. So it needs to be emotional, it needs to have logic, it needs to cover all of the attributes and the frequently asked questions of the product. If you're selling, let's say 18 karat gold necklaces, and your product page is all about 18 karat gold necklaces, including how amazing they are, your brand, why it's important, how they're handmade, story about you, the backstory for why you're making these 18 karat gold necklaces, assuming that you're making them, that's going to create a very, what we call rich page, with lots of information that makes it very appealing for search engines to surface that page to the search results. So that when people are searching for an 18 karat gold necklace, they're going to say, well, this page has got lots of really interesting information about 18 karat gold necklaces. So we're going to send people there. So we're going to drive people all the way to the product page. And when they land there, we want them to have all the information there as well so that they don't have to go elsewhere and they're more likely to press the add to cart button. That's super important, right? Like, it's nice for people to browse, but ultimately when we get there and we've got the info, we want them to be adding to the cart because we want them to convert. And to do that, you've got to answer all the questions that they have about the product too. So it's a great place to drop in your frequently asked questions about the product as well. So doing all of this is going to give you that rich product page that we just talked about. It's going to add value to the customer. It's going to be useful. And all of that is really, really important to the search engines and also to your customers. So there we have it. That's 4 simple do's and don'ts for e-commerce SEO. If you want to learn more about organic traffic and e-commerce marketing, we've got training on that and you can go and grab that now. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful or useful, please be sure to press the like button. It helps us know what you like and it supports our channel a lot. Feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback. What's been insightful?